Alright, so today we're going to expand on our proofreading skills using this idea called CPCTC, okay, which stands for corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. You can see they took the first letter, so it's underlined and bolded. Okay, so let's actually listen to the words. So corresponding parts. So we've talked about what corresponding means. So things, angles, and sides that are in the same position in congruent triangles are going to be congruent, okay? Which hopefully should make sense. So if I can prove these two triangles are congruent, then maybe I could be able to say angle A is congruent to angle C because they're in corresponding positions and they're congruent triangles, so they need to be congruent. Okay, so let's start out and see, we're trying to prove that AB is congruent to CB. Well, here's AB congruent to CB. That's our goal. Alright, our statements and our reasons. So in our proof scenario, we always start with what's given. So we look at our picture, and we have these two angles given. So that's angle ABD congruent to angle CBD. And given. Alright, we also have these angles down here. Given angle CDB congruent to angle ADB. Alright, now we have to think about what we could add to our picture. And so hopefully we're pretty good at this by now, is that we can add this reflexive side. So segment BD is congruent to segment BD. Reflexive. Alright, so now hopefully we can see that we have triangles congruent by angle, side, angle. I'll put my congruent statement. Triangle DAB congruent to triangle DAB DCB. Alright, so in the past, we were actually done at this point because we just wanted to prove triangles congruent, but we actually want to prove that AB is congruent to CB. Alright, well, you'll notice AB is in the second and third positions, and CD is in the second and third positions. So they are in corresponding spots in congruent triangles, so therefore they are congruent. That is what this CPCTC stands for. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So statement 5 can be that AB is congruent to CB by our CPCTC reason. And we're done. Alright, so why don't you try this one, noting that you need to prove that angle A is congruent to angle R. Alright, hopefully you should start your proof out with the givens. So you have segment MO congruent to ER. And then ME congruent to OR. And then you have another reflexive. Alright, so now you have triangles congruent by side, side, side. So that was 1 tick, 2 ticks. So E, R. Oh, for 1 tick, 2 ticks. Alright, we're trying to prove M congruent to R. M, R, so they are in the second position, so they are corresponding. And so since they're corresponding, we can use your CPCTC for corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent.